Hello, everybody.
Hi. Thank you so much for watching Park Pass, where we share all of our travel tips and theme park secrets revealed.
You have quite the hat on.
I do. This is my Yoshi hat. This is actually from Universal Studios Japan.
I love it.
But this shirt is from Epic Universe, which is putting us in the mood for the topic today.
Yes. And before we go, what do you want to say?
All right. Please hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, like this video, and leave a comment. You guys, those little acts of kindness go a long way to help support our channel. I read all of your comments, and this community is just amazing. So
yeah, it's wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, hit the subscribe. All right. I have to show this, though. Guys, can you see this right here? Ready? Boop, boop. You have to kind of turn sideways so you can see that. Yeah. I love that so much. The little Yoshi hat.
Oh, I love it. Now, did you see any of these at Epic Universe?
No, they had the hats. They did have the hats at Epic Universe, but they didn't have the ones that had that where the tongue comes out. That's just a Japan thing, I guess, because I was looking for that. They did not have it. And I was wondering which hat you were going to wear for this particular video, because you have this. You also have the toad hat.
We do. We have a toad, and we also have the cheap hat.
Yeah, the cheap hat. Which one? Yeah, so Yoshi's your favorite. Of course,
now, you guys, if you can't tell, we love Universal Studios.
We do.
We love the theme parks of Universal around the world, but really Universal, they have outdone themselves with their brand new theme park. This is insane, because this is not just talking about a new attraction. This is not just talking about a new land or a new world. This is talking about a whole new theme park, which is mind-blowing that you still just popped up a whole new theme
so
park.
this is somebody wrote a comment in my last video, because I did a video about it, because I got invited to the media preview, and somebody says, how do you feel, what is Universal trying to do? Are they trying to tack on more days at the end of like a Disney vacation? And I like, no, they are trying to be the main vacation. In fact, when you look at other brochures, it's called the Universal Orlando Resort. They're pushing the fact that they have like these 4 theme parks, including the Volcano Bay is the water resort. They're talking about this Epic Universe, and they're not looking to be a tack on anymore. They want to be the main thrust of your vacation, and that's what they're going for.
And I think they've done it. So today we're going to be talking about the top 5 things you must know before you go to Epic Universe. We're going to be sharing our tips and our secrets and our hacks, so you can have the best time ever at this incredible new theme park.
Yeah, and these are the top 5 things. From my experience, I got to go for the media preview. These are the 5 things that I would want to know before I go to Epic Universe for the very first time. Okay. All right, so we ready to jump into it?
Yes.
Wait, actually though, but people might be asking, like, how do I get tickets?
Okay, so first things first, how do you get tickets? Which is the question that I had, because I was a little intimidated.
Yes.
To be totally honest, I mean, we're theme park goers, and even I was a little intimidated about this.
So this is not the 5 secrets, but this is just how you get tickets. So if you want to get tickets, the best way is just through call 1-855-GETAWAY. Now, the park opens May 22nd, right? From May 22nd to June 1st, the only way to buy a ticket is you have to buy 3 tickets. You have to buy a ticket. It's a 3-day like park pass type thing. To buy a ticket for Epic Universe, and then for the other 2 Universal theme parks.
Okay, so Islands of Adventure, and then Universal Studios Orlando.
Yes.
And it's worth it. I feel like that's worth it, because the 2 other theme parks that they have are
they're fantastic. They're fantastic. So but after June 1st, starting June 1st, they are going to start selling the 1-day Epic Pass. So you can just buy a ticket for 1 day to Epic Universe. You can also get it through Getaway Today. And they will also help you with your whole vacation itinerary. The one thing you do when you call that 1-855 number, tell them Park Pass sent you, because then they're going to give you their concierge service for free if you're buying a hotel and tickets when you go to Florida. You have to have a hotel and tickets. So if they do that, they'll give you concierge service for free. That means they'll do their reservations for you. They'll do all their planning for you, everything you need for free. And so that's a great perk. It's a nice little benefit.
Just
perk,
say you're friends with us, and they will treat you like a VIP. Because we know them personally. We're friends with them personally.
Yes.
And I'm going to give you a little peek behind the scenes of our day-to-day. We've been on the phone with them all day today about Epic Universe and planning our family vacation.
Because we're planning our family vacations. Yes. Literally, we were buying tickets, doing exactly what we're just telling you to do. I called that 1-855 number, and planning our tickets.
So just say, I'm friends with Chris and Amanda, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, what can we do for you? And they'll take care of you.
They'll take care of you.
It's relieved my stress.
Yes. So after June 1st, then you can start buying the 1-day tickets.
Very interesting.
Just for Epic, if that's what you're interested in doing. I am going to say this. I believe Epic is a 2-day park, though. It's like you really, because it's the first time you're going, you're going to be like walking around and just taking it all in. You're going to probably want to have 2 days there just to absorb it all in.
Right.
Maybe after you've gone multiple times and then you have the process streamlined, you might be able to get away with 1 day. But these first couple times, not a chance. You're going to need the 2 days.
So just to plan a perfect vacation, adding in this whole new theme park, 2 days at Epic Universe.
Yeah.
And then I highly recommend Volcano Bay, which is Universal's water park. Because it is the cleanest, nicest, sweetest, fun, like best water park I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah.
And it really gives you a vacation from your vacation, gives you a chance to reset.
That's exactly right.
And relax.
Do you remember like 2 years ago, we took my mom. My mom's, she just is turned 81. So I think she was 79 when we took her.
Right.
We took her to Volcano Bay and she did not want to go.
Right.
Because she doesn't like
It's
water.
A water park.
It's a water park.
People are like, oh,
and when that vacation was over, she said that was her favorite day.
Volcano Bay is fantastic. So you do 2
fun.
days at Epic Universe. You do a day at Volcano Bay to reset and unwind and relax. Let yourself relax in the pools,
I would do Epic. If you're going after June 1st, I would do Epic. I would do then Volcano Bay, and then I do Epic again.
Okay, so Epic, Volcano Bay, Epic again, and then I would do a park to park pass with Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios, because then you get the Hogwarts Express, and you can bounce back and forth between the theme parks. So
for sure.
That's how I would do a perfect Universal vacation, which we are trying to plan right now.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's get into the top 5 things you need to know before you get to Epic Universe. And I just real quick before we start that too, I've had so many people ask me, even Disney cast members were asking, they're like, is it really as good as you made it look like in your video? Or were you hyping it? No, that was legitimate, 100% genuine reaction to how good it is. It is epic.
I mean, just the fact that I wish you guys could have been on that phone call when he called me.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm home taking care of our dog and our son. And he called and he was just ecstatic, like a little child again. Yeah. I mean, you could just feel the energy just exploding off of him. And so I told him, like, you need to go live right now and tell everyone how awesome this is.
You literally said, you're like, go live right now.
Because
I felt like a kid again. Right. I felt so fun.
And when do you ever have an opportunity, again, going back to what I said before, to experience a whole new theme park at one time?
Yeah, because we've experienced new attractions.
Exactly.
We've experienced new lands.
Right.
But a full theme park.
This is unreal to be happening right now in our lifetime. Like, we're just soaking it up.
Okay, so here's the top 5 things I wish I would have known before I got there. So number 1 is water. Water. You are going to need a lot of water when you go there. And Universal Studios, they have, if you have water bottles, so if you just have like a plastic water bottle you drink, keep it. Or they also have like those, you could buy those metal water bottles that like whatever you want. They have everywhere, every place you have, there's tons of water stations to refill your water bottles. So and you're going to need that because it gets so hot down there in Florida and the humidity. And so you need to have tons of water with you.
Right. And I think that's also important because when you are having the time of your life, when you're experiencing something new, when you're go, you want to ride all the attractions, you want to see all the new things, you want to meet Toothless. It's sometimes hard to remember that simple step, but it will make or break your vacation if you're hydrated or dehydrated. Yeah,
because if you don't drink enough water, you don't really feel it until that evening, and then the next day it really kicks over and kind of ruins your vacation. And I wish, and if you saw our merch video, I showed like these brand new water bottles I have.
That was my next question.
Yeah, and like they had like the Slytherin, they had like the Hufflepuff, and I was like, I wish I would have bought one of them. They look so shiny and so cool because you could just keep reusing them and reusing them. That would be amazing.
Okay.
So, all right. So tip number 4, and this is for the Harry Potter fans. So those who like Harry Potter. So as you guys know, I'm going to reach down here and grab this. As you guys know, they have like these wands. This is like the old wand box. And so at Universal Studios, like Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Orlando, Florida, they have these wands, and you can use these wands and you can cast spells. Okay. And it makes cool things happen when you're in the Harry Potter area. Now, here at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in Epic, this Ministry Magic, they also have those windows there, and the wands will work. Your old wands will work. Okay, so this box here is one of our old wands. But they have 2 types of wands, and this is important to understand. This is the newer wand, it's here. You take a look at this.
That looks so cool.
Yeah, the box is amazing. So you guys, is a Cosime, and her last name is Akajor, I think I pronounce it. And these are you get to choose these amazing wands.
Beautiful.
And the proprietor of the shop, Cosime, she is in the shop. She's kind of like Ollivander, but she like will talk with you and help you come up with the right wand for you. And I would recommend you probably are going to want to take a wand there because you really only need one for your whole family. Because like you could do a spell, then you could pass the next person. They could do a spell. You do that, and so it's kind of fun. But they have these brand new wands. They're called the next gen wands or the 2.0 wands. And these wands have like batteries in them, and they're synced to your app. So when you cast a spell, it tells you your accuracy, like how successful you are, what your favorite spell is. It keeps track of that. You can kind of unlock cool things in the app. And these are special wands, and they can only be found here at Epic Universe in this store. And there's 4 different types of wands. You can do that. And they're tactile. So when you cast a wish, it's like you feel like go tick, 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 it like does that. And so it's amazing.
Okay, I love that. So you can use your old wands,
yes.
But if you want to level up your magic,
yes.
then they have these kind of wands 2.0 that you can get in this new
yes.
land. So now, so for anyone who has not seen Chris's full tour of Epic Universe, you have to go back and watch it because he shows all 5 worlds.
Yeah.
So you can go get, a grasp of everything that you're going to experience.
And I think that you said something interesting there, because they're called worlds.
Worlds.
They're not lands.
It's a world.
It's a whole world. You're going to a brand new world. You're not going to a land. And they Universal made a big deal. Like, these are worlds, guys. We are going to worlds, and they are. Now, there was somebody who told me online that they said that the old wands don't work on some of the spells.
Interesting.
Now, I don't know if that's true, and I can't verify that because I saw people using the old wands while I was there, and it worked. And we had like a press person walking around with us, and they didn't tell me that either. So maybe there's some new spells there that don't work with that, but I don't think that's true. Because I know the old wands worked on some of the spells that I saw. Okay,
so that's something that you guys can go test out as well, is see what works with the old wands, and then what you might need to buy these new 2.0 wands for. But I love that they have kind of leveled up the technology with the wands. It sounds really fun.
And the other thing about the wands, it's really cool because when the wands first came out, you could only buy character wands. You could buy Harry Potter's wand, Ron and Hermione's wand, like those, but now they've kind of moved away from that a little bit. The wands are now yours. It's your story. It's your wand. You're not taking Harry Potter's wand. You're taking your wand. And they still, you can buy the character wand still, but they've really moved over this way to like customize it for you.
Okay, I absolutely love that. Would you recommend going to the Ministry of Magic world first?
Yeah. Okay. That's a great question. So I think that there's 2 attractions that the line they have really good attractions.
Right.
There.
Again, you need to go watch Chris's video.
Yeah. I think the Ministry of Magic is going to probably be the longest line. I'm assuming. So if you don't want to, but that being said, it's got the best queue. The queue is so good. It feels like the attraction. I don't think I'd mind waiting the queue just looking around. The Monsters Unleashed is also fantastic. They say that's the best ride there. Unfortunately, I had a chance to ride that one, but the queue line there was really good, but not better than Ministry of Magic. And then you got the Stardust racers, which is just amazing.
Okay, awesome. So
so if you're worried about lines, definitely I would go to Ministry of Magic first.
Speaking of lines, I want to transition now into how to skip the lines. But real fast, before we leave the Ministry of Magic, do they have butterbeer?
Yes, they do. They have butterbeer. And it's so funny because you're in 1920s Paris.
Love it.
And so I cannot pronounce how to pronounce it. It's like, and I was pronouncing it online, and a bunch of people from France were like, "You're slaughtering it."
We do have a lot of friends from France, so I want to hear their
it's like blah, 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 blah. I don't know, but yes, they have the butterbeer. It's very good.
Okay, wonderful. So that is a very popular world. You're going to want to get the new wands. You're going to want to ride attractions. So
the reason I'm going to say that you're going to need more than one day. Okay. It's because we had a tour guide that we got to skip the front of the lines. And the park was maybe a capacity, I'd say maybe 30 to 40% because it was all the employees that got to go. All right. So they're walking around. So it was maybe 30%. And we still didn't get to do everything. And there was like restaurants and stores. And we were just skipping that because we're just trying to get all the attractions. Like in that whole, like the Ministry of Magic area, there was like all these cool restaurants and like bar areas and things I'd wanted to hang out at that I did not have the time to do.
Right. Okay. So definitely 2-day park. Yeah. But how can you skip the lines if that's something that's really important to you to get as many attractions in as possible?
Excellent. So that brings us to, part number 3. Right?
Tip number 3.
And that is the Express Pass. Yes. Universal Studios has Express Pass, but it's different. It's very different for Epic Universe. Oh. Okay, so it's different. So
teach us.
Yes. So Express Pass is amazing. It takes you to the front of the attraction. Okay, so you get to go to the front of the attraction and you get to go through. It's great. You don't have to worry about having your the app or whatever. Just you have your key card or whatever, and you get to go right to the front of the attraction. Now, And if you stay at a deluxe hotel, you get that express pass for free. Okay, it's about $250 per person. Staying in a deluxe resort, you get that for free. But that only express pass that you get for free only works at the Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Orlando. The express pass, which is for sale, you have to buy it on the app, is only available on the app for Epic Universe. So if you stay at Helios, the super nice hotel, which has its own entrance into Epic, the express pass is not included. Maybe someday they will, but currently they're not. So the only way to buy that express pass is on the app, and right now it's priced. It's a variable price, but I would say you're probably looking about $225 to $250 per person to do that. That will allow you to skip to the front of the attraction, of the line for those attractions. So it's going to be so crowded. I think a lot of people might be doing that. The thing that you realize about Universal Studios does that's very different than Disney is they have a limited number. But once they've sold out, they will not sell any more out. Or like what do they call the Genie Plus? What do they call it? The Express Lane? What are they?
Lightning Lane?
Yeah, they keep changing the name of that. They'll sell that. Like if 100% of people bought it, Disney would sell it to 100% of people. But Universal has a hard cap on it, so that way people who do purchase it feel like they're still getting their value. So the only way currently to buy that is you can buy that on the app.
Is it day of?
Day of, I think.
Purchase it?
Yeah. Now, Getaway Today's they are going to be able to having it. I don't know if they have the capabilities yet to purchase you the Express Pass.
Okay.
So when you call them, you're buying your tickets. Tell them that's something you're interested in, and they should be able to. I think they might be able to get that purchase for you.
No, I will say, yes, that is a lot of money. It's a ton of money. We have done the Express Pass before at Islands of Adventure and at Universal Studios, and it is a true Express Pass.
Yes.
It is amazing.
Yes. Well, the way we learned about that, though, is I was a knucklehead. So I was going with my friends. We stayed at the cheapest hotel.
Yes.
Right? And then we bought the Express Pass on top of that, thinking we're saving our money. And our one friend who wasn't going to come on the trip with us, he also in the last second, he changed his mind. He's like, I'm coming. And the only hotels he could get was the high-end hotel room, right? So he bought the high-end hotel room. And we're like, oh, sucker, you're paying so much money. And then he got the Express Pass for free. And so he spent less money than we did.
Interesting.
So it's a really good thing. So if you're staying at like those deluxe resorts for the other Universal parks, you're going to get the Express Pass,
Well, I love Universal Express Pass. I highly recommend it just because we have used it before.
Yeah.
The premier hotels that we've stayed at, Hard Rock we've stayed at, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
The Lowe's Royal Pacific was wonderful. And then also the Portofino, which was wonderful.
Yeah.
And they've been incredible. And they have little boats that can take you or little walking paths. The Express Passes are wonderful.
They're amazing.
But Universal also has new hotels that they popped up for Epic Universe. Like you said,
Stella Nova and the Terra Nova.
Nova.
They're great. They're not the deluxe resorts, but they're close by. You'll still have to take a bus currently to get to them. They are eventually going to be having a walking path. I think it's about a 15-minute walk from the hotel to get there. That walking path wasn't currently open when we were there for the media preview, but it is they have buses coming.
And then now the Helios Hotel, and is that a premier hotel?
That is a premier hotel, but does not come with the Express Pass.
But no Express Pass for Epic Universe?
For Epic Universe.
But it has a dedicated entrance
It has
into the
its
park.
own entrance, and I think you get in early.
Oh, see, that would be great. Another way to skip the lines.
Yeah.
And again, Getaway Today can help you
Helios
organize all your hotels.
The Helios is booked out until June 1st.
Wow. Okay.
So I think after that, then you could probably start making reservations.
Okay. Interesting.
Now, the other thing is that kind of want to talk about this is Universal Studios does this. Those of you who've been to Universal Studios, any Universal Studios theme park, they do this. If you get wet, you get wet. You get
soaked.
Yes. So they have two things there that'll get you wet at this park. The one is they have this big, huge, giant splash pad in the Celestial Park. It's a huge area, and it's going to be, it's spraying water, and kids are going to be loving that.
Okay, I love that. I belong to a lot of theme park groups on Facebook.
Yeah.
One of the questions that I see a lot is, where can our little children just run around and play? Where can they be free and play? So is this the place?
Well, no. Yes.
Oh,
yes, it is. It is a place. But the Isle of Berk, the How to Train Your Dragon.
And there's more.
They have a whole area dedicated for kids just to play. There's slides, there's bridges, there's teeter-totters, there's swings, there's rope swings. It's a whole area dedicated for children just to get their wiggles out and run around. And
Such a brilliant idea for us parents. It's just having those areas are priceless.
Yeah. And then the other thing is they have a boat ride there where you're shooting at targets, right? And with like water guns.
Isle of Berk?
Yeah, it's the Isle of Berk. So and you're shooting at Viking fires, trying to put them out. So let's say you and I are on opposite teams. I'm shooting and you're shooting. If I win, they dump water on the losing team. So, I mean, and we're not talking like a little, like, it's like, just get drenched. If you win, they get drenched. So just be aware that when you go to Universal Studios, the Universal Orlando Resorts, you're going to get wet if you do play around with any of the water.
So wear shoes that can easily get wet or easily get dry. Or I've even seen people kind of switching out their shoes. Maybe they just have like flip-flops in their backpack. They hurry and put their flip-flops on, put, you know, their shoes in their socks in a locker, switch out your shoes. That's something with Universal. Yes. But it's great because it is Florida. It does get really hot and it's just so much fun. As long as you come prepared, you're going to have a great time.
Okay. So the last thing I want to talk about, this is going to be confusing.
Wait, have you hit that subscribe button, the like button? And have you guys left a little comment? Even if it's just a little hi, I'm going to give you a Yoshi Badam for doing so.
Do it right. Okay, ready? Hit the subscribe button right now. And subscribe
button clicked, Badam. Like button clicked, Badam. And a little comment, Badam. That's all for you guys. Thank you.
I like that. I want to see that again. So, okay, here's the last thing is, and for those of you who maybe are coming from California, they understand this process. Those who have never been to a Super Mario World might not understand this process. So I saved this for last because I know a lot of people are going to be interested in, and this is the power band. Okay, so this is the power band right here. This is one that I purchased when I was in California. Okay,
so
and then
cute.
Can you grab that one right down there?
Yeah.
There's another power band, and so when you go to Super Mario World, you don't have to buy these. These are optional. But they do unlock a certain feature within the theme park. So that's why you kind of want to do this. And I want to show you this. So I'm going to put my microphone down to show you this. So if you can see this, the only ones of Florida, the only ones that have this.
Okay. So this is super special for Florida, it's also awesome that it's Donkey Kong because you don't have Donkey Kong in California. Yeah. You don't have Donkey Kong Country.
They don't have Donkey Kong, and this is the Donkey Kong band, and they also have Diddy Kong. But see this part down here that I'm showing you? This is a little tag. The ones in California don't have that. And so like when you're running around, sometimes they kind of fall off. This little tag is amazing. It's the best thing in the entire world. Now, why do you want to have this? When you go into Super Mario World, they have these certain like power. There's like 4 different gold keys, okay? And these 4 different gold keys there's fun activities to do. And when you go to that activity and you have a band, and you get the gold key, it's going to keep track of your gold keys for you.
Sweet.
When you get 3 gold keys, you can do the Bowser Jr. Adventure experience, where you get to go battle against Bowser Jr.
The best.
Now, you can only do that if you have 3 keys, and you can only collect those keys if you have a magic band, right? This power band.
Not this one?
Either one. Doesn't matter. Cute. Any of these power bands. Okay?
Okay.
So this is when I was telling you about buying the wands. You only need 1 per family. The power bands, that could cause a problem. Because if you have 2 children and you collect 3 keys, and then the first child goes in to do the Bowser Jr. experience,
only
they've used the 3 keys off the band, and now when the next person goes to do it, you're going to have to go collect 3 more keys and then go back to do that experience again. So if you don't mind going back, circling around like that, then you could get away with 1 power band. But if you don't want to do that, you're worried about that, then you'd have to have 2 power bands. So,
yeah, that makes sense.
And that's only if you're interested in doing the Bowser Jr. experience. If you're not, and what that experience is like it's very fun. It's like almost like a video game. You're a character in a video game. You see yourself on the screen, your shadow of you, and then Bowser Jr. is like you're like jumping and hitting things and ducking and moving around and scoring some points. It's a very fun attraction to do, but you can only do it if you have these bands.
Right.
So yeah, that's why. So
that's really good to know. You don't want your little ones all going up and then only one being allowed to get in.
Now you might be able to say, well, can I also wait in line and like try to get the gold key if you don't have the band? Yeah, absolutely. You can still do all those fun activities. You're like trying to get the Koopa fall off the log and trying to like get the piranha plant timed out, whatever. You can still do all those activities. You just won't have a way to collect the gold key to unlock the Bowser Jr. experience.
Okay. So if the Bowser Jr. experience is important to you,
it should be.
It is a lot of fun. That's something to keep in mind.
Okay. And once you've purchased it, you can use it over and over and over and over again. And so, like, if you plan on going more than once, then it's definitely, I mean, because they're about $34, I think.
Oh, yeah, we've kept all of ours.
We've kept all of ours.
Because you just reuse them.
Yeah, we've, and they're kind of fun to collect. We've got Mario, we've got
cute.
Luigi, we've got Peach, we've got Toad, and then I just got the Donkey Kong.
You had Daisy somewhere.
Yeah, Daisy. Yeah, I have Daisy. Daisy. Yeah, I do. Daisy was the first one I bought because I love Daisy so much.
Cute.
But somebody pointed that out there, Dave. They're like, you like Daisy? And I'm like, I love Daisy. And also they're like, am I talking about the duck or the princess?
Both.
And I was like,
both.
Oh my gosh, I love them both. I never made that connection before.
Aww.
Yeah, I love them both so much.
That
Daisy
is
Duck
really
and
sweet.
Daisy the princess.
You do.
So yeah, so you could collect these, and then also, and they're not personalized. I mean, you can put them on the app. You will get scores for that. But like if you buy it and then your like sister's going and she wants to take it, you can just give it to her and she can use it. That's fine. It doesn't have to be connected to an app if you don't want to. Just it just holds those keys for you, so that way you can go through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really good to know.
The power bands, these are great. And
Okay.
the Donkey Kong and the Diddy Kong ones are only available in Japan and Florida. California doesn't have these ones yet.
Yeah, that's really special.
I don't know. I wonder if they're going to be getting them. I don't know because they don't have the
they
Donkey
don't have
Kong.
Donkey Kong Country.
They don't have
so
Donkey
I don't
Kong
know why
Country.
they would necessarily. I feel like this is just specific to those.
And the thing about Epic Universe that you have to realize, and remember I was talking about it's a world? It's a world, and they've obliterated the sight lines. So when you're in Celestial Park is the only world where you can look around and you can see the portals to the other worlds. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But when you're in like the Ministry of Magic,
yes,
you can't see anything other than the world you're in.
So it's completely immersive.
When you're in the Isle of Berk, you only see the Isle of Berk.
Yeah.
When they did this really cool trick with Super Nintendo World, you go through the tunnel, right? You go through a tunnel. Like in California, you go just walk through.
Yeah.
This one, you get in the tunnel, it takes you up an escalator, you get to the top, and then you look around, and it makes you walk downstairs. So you're kind of almost going down into a pit, but it's all decorated, so you can't see out.
Oh,
it's so good.
So good.
They overachieved on this one.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and we're going to be there opening day. A lot of people, if you did watch our video, there's experience where I had in the Isle of Berk. Amanda has tried that. She's watched the whole video except for the Isle of Berk, the dragon, how to train, because that's her favorite stuff.
The only thing I've seen is you meeting Toothless, and then I've just tried to.
Yeah.
Not
so
see
I'm going,
else.
and people have been asking, like, are you going to film Amanda's reactions? Yes, 100% we'll be showing. It's going to be, when we go into Isle of Berk, the whole thing will be from Amanda's point of view. Because that's your favorite animated series of all time is How to Train Your Dragon. You love the music. You play the music all the time. She loves all the characters. She loves everything about it. And so,
yes, I think it's so beautiful and it's so inspiring. It's such an inspiring story. You know, I just think of Toothless and what he overcomes just personally, emotionally, mentally, physically. Training, you know, we all can train our own dragons in our life. And I know it's a children's movie, but it just really, to me, it has so many deeper messages. And so just the fact that Universal was able to create this world, bring it to life, he really is inspirational to so many people on so many levels. So I just cannot wait to experience it. Now, before I let you guys go, whatever questions you have for us or have for Chris about planning your Universal vacation and planning your time at Epic Universe, please leave them in the comments below. I just have a couple more questions for you before I let you go, because I've got questions myself.
Yeah, I will say this. Yes. I'm nervous when we go to the Isle of Berk.
Why?
Because you did watch the merchandise video that just came out, and she literally was like, I want that. And she kept asking, she goes, did you buy that? Did you buy that? I'm like, I only bought you the Yoshi shirt. And she's like,
which I love Yoshi. I love it.
She's like, I want the pajamas. She wanted the Toothless mug. She wants to get Miles like the fire swords and
we're buying all the things.
It's gonna be crazy.
All the things.
I don't know how we're gonna afford this.
Okay, so as a parent, as a mom that is concerned about my child being exposed to different things too young, how scary are some of the attractions for young children?
That's a great
And I know you haven't
question.
been on Monsters Unchained yet, but how is Dark Universe for kids?
Okay, so Dark Universe, it is got a little bit of a darker vibe,
right?
But
which is awesome.
They love that. They're not doing jump scares.
Great. Okay.
So you have little kids. So little kids, they're curious. They want to like see it, but they're a little nervous. They're not having creatures running out. It's not like a Halloween Horror Nights.
Okay, great.
So they're not doing jump scares. And it's also with the attraction of Monsters Unleashed. I didn't get to write it yet, but the media guy was telling us it's not jump scares to scare you.
Okay.
But you are watching the creatures battle. They're battling, so you're watching that, but it's not at you. too, or you're not, it's going to be thrilling for sure. And you're going to see animatronics. You're going to see like Frankenstein's monster and the Dracula. These animatronics are just spectacular. So you just kind of maybe want to prepare your little ones for that. There's a wolf. How did the wolf Curse of the Werewolf roller coaster? Very fun, not scary at all.
Okay,
it's not scary. Now the Ministry of Magic, that whole area is not scary. The Ministry of Magic, you see Death Eaters. You see the Death Eaters. They're in their dark mask and they're casting
right, a little scary,
yeah, it's
a little spooky,
but it's not like overtly scary.
Okay, I love that. Yeah. Now, for me personally,
thrilling for sure.
Thrilling. Okay, I love dark and I love scary and I love thrilling, and I crave that. Right, I crave that in theme parks. And Universal, they are not afraid to do that. They're not afraid to be loud and go big and be intense. And I love that because we do need that. I just like to be prepared of what I'm bringing my son on.
I remember one time you were talking to me. You're like Disney's like a nice milk tea, chamomile tea.
It's warm hot cocoa.
Yeah, and you're like, and Universal is like coffee, black, right to the face. Bam! It's like, bam.
It's amazing. It's just amazing, and we need that.
Yeah.
Like we crave that. We crave something like darker and bigger.
I'm going to say this. I will say this, and I appreciate this. So I do like was it Spider-Bots, the web slingers? Disney was so concerned about having villains that they did Spider-Bots, right, for the kids. Kids crave it. They want, as a kid, do you remember you wanted
adults crave it.
Yeah, you kind of want to see it. And so I love that Universal, the Universal Orlando Resort has gone into this whole dark universe stuff is great. And I think that's a direct response by Disney to doing Villains Land. We've been talking about it for years. And all of a sudden they're like, hey, we're talking about Villains Land.
Let's do Villains Land. We need it.
Yeah, so I think they're literally doing that. Yeah, but and then the Isle of Berk is just perfectly. It's situated for all. Super Nintendo. Like people are asking, like, what ages? Any age, Super Nintendo.
Well, of course.
3, 4, 5. Doesn't matter. Teenagers.
Adults.
Isle of Berk. It's all ages as well. The roller coaster in Isle of Berk even is very thrilling, but it's not super scary, but it's fast.
Awesome.
So even little ones will probably like it.
Awesome. Amazing. I love that. And then you were only there for one day. You were on a quick VIP tour, but what about food options? Are there restaurants in every world?
Every world has their own restaurant.
Awesome.
I think Ministry of Magic, I think, has 2 of them in it. And there's these huge dining, like Isle of Berk has this massive like mead hall, and it's massive.
Okay.
And also they have like restaurants around. Like
so
Celestial Park
options.
in the center has some more restaurants. So that could be like the hub area, which it really is, and you go there and get some food. But every one of the restaurants, every one of the worlds has their own restaurant.
Okay, perfect. So planning ahead when we're there as a family, that will probably be videos that will cover food options in the park. That's really, really important.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can't wait because the things that I'm going to be doing, that's why another reason you want to subscribe. I will be doing a deep dive of Secrets Revealed of every one of the worlds.
Absolutely.
Dark Universal, Island of Berk, like all the secrets that most people don't know. I will get you those secrets and information.
He'll be revealing it all. This is so exciting. You guys, thank you so much for joining us. Please leave your questions below about Epic Universe or planning your Universal vacation. I love to answer your questions. I love to read your comments. Like, it is one of my favorite things to do. So I would love to hear from you guys.
Absolutely. And you guys are gonna have a great time. Get your tickets, go down there, get a wand, get a power band, make sure you're drinking lots and lots of water, and you're gonna love it.
I love it. Go meet Toothless. This is so fun. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.